Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the fireside chat of the MBA department of Swami Vivekananda Group of Institutes. Today, our guest is Mr. Kallol Dutt, who is the Joint Labor Commissioner of Government of West Bengal. So we are privileged enough to get him in our show. So welcome, Mr. Dutt.
Thank you. Am I audible? Hello.
Can you hear, Mr. Dutt?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes. Everything is fine.
Okay.
So, my first question to you that as we are, going through the lot of crisis due to this COVID-19 and the lockdown. So, what is your opinion about the impact of this lockdown on the MSME sector?
It will be huge, actually. We all know that almost 2 months production has stopped. The workers are not there. In fact, it will take time to recover, actually, to go back to the pre-lockdown period, because production will not immediately able to start at full optimum level. 25% to 50% workers will be available, and that too you have to maintain social distancing and other things. So production cost will rise. It will affect the demand also, and those MSME sector who are engaging migrant labor, they will be in trouble also, because majority of the migrant laborers has returned to their native places. So there has to be a reverse migration after the lockdown is over.
Right.
Otherwise, you will not. They are in their native places, so you have to bring them back to their workplace. That is one. Another, workers has also realized there is actually during the lockdown period many psychological change is expected. See how desperate the migrant workers are, actually great to study how desperate they were to return to their native places. So in a crisis situation, you realize your priorities. What is your priorities? What you want more money, or to close with your relatives, with your family. So even after lockdown is over, the COVID is going to stay. We have to learn to live with it, and it will have an impact on the workers also, particularly the workers, because they may prefer to stay with their family even if the income is low. So it will be a difficult phase for the MSME sector. So far workers are concerned, the production cost, new norms, everything will be a challenge. But this is an opportunity for also to become innovative, like work from home. Now we are forced to work from home. In fact, in education sector also, see, you have switched over to online mode. The online mode was there, but it was underutilized. But now we are compelled to use this online mode, and the more we use this new mode, the more habituated we will become. And this is, for me, this is an actually challenging state. These are not constraints, but as it is said that necessity is the mother of invention. So lot of innovative practices will come up, I hope. And those MSME sectors, those organizations who are innovative, who will be able to take up the challenge in a positive mode, they will survive and thrive also.
Yes, true. So probably you have rightly said that that the crisis situation actually show us the priority in our life. That is the reason probably these migrant workers are actually moving from their working place to their native place. So it is a fact. So that is one of the issue. So my next question would be, like, there is a speculation that probably there would be an increase in the working hours. Like people are talking about that 12 hours a day. Maybe the new norms after the lockdown is over. So is that true, or is that it's just a speculation only?
No, 3 or 4 states, they have passed some notifications, but I don't think this is not a speculation. Many states are thinking about that, but I will, as a Joint Labor Commissioner, I feel that will be anti-labor, and in the long run, it will spark unrest also, because you cannot extend the office hours, the working hours. Yeah, and since the workers, think about the workers, it is not that mental activity they do, but it's to work for 12 hours a day and then again show up next day. It's actually again survival. They will be able, they will not be able to be productive, that much productive. It will affect their health. Even if you force them to do that, it will not in the long run, I think, will be beneficial. And it will adversely impact the psyche of the workers also.
Right.
You cannot, you can't do that with their consent. You cannot do that by virtue of law. That would be
True.
very inhuman against workers' rights. And I think it will not work. You cannot force them. No?
Right. Actually, I also think that because if they're working for 12 hours a day, ultimately that is going to increase their fatigue. And if they're
Yes,
fatigued, definitely their productivity will be reduced. So what is the
exactly.
utility of increasing the working hours? So at the end of the day,
Exactly.
productivity will automatically get reduced actually.
Exactly.
Um, so my third question is that people are talking about that there should be some flexibility in the labor laws, especially for the benefit of the employers. Some states are
Yes.
also thinking about that. I
Right.
heard.
Yes.
So what's your
Yeah.
take on that?
Again, it is again the same thing. Level of flexibility. Actually, we are conditioned like that. We want to utilize everything. So this lockdown, this adverse situation, everyone is jumping to utilize this thing. Like uh, we are, we in the social media, it is said that you must learn something, you must upgrade yourself, utilize this lockdown period. Same with the industry also. The employers are trying to exploit the situation to further exploit the workers. That is my take, because the
Right.
workers are threatened with insecurity. So they are trying to exploit this situation, utilize this situation to further exploit them. I think this approach should change. Since in the new scenario, you have to maintain social distancing and other norms also. So naturally,
Right.
you will not be able to uh, uh, employ all the workers in one shift. So my take is that if you want to increase production by employing, by not by expanding the working hours, it is better if you employ more workers. That would be more beneficial actually. Instead of
Right.
employing, forcing one worker to work for 12 hours, you can employ two workers and make them work for 6 hours and 6 hours. For a country like India, where it is the labor is oversupply, so that is, I think, more appropriate.
Right. That work sharing model can be utilized actually. Shifting into
Exactly.
different shifts. Yeah. So
Exactly.
as we are doing this session mainly for the benefit of our MBA students so that they can gain industrial knowledge. So I just my next question would be according to you, what are the labor laws and MBA HR specifically I'm talking about should be aware to become an industry ready professional? That these are the laws they should know.
Yeah. Actually the employers, they look for, actually they expect that they should know what the level of compliance, the compliance part, the employers look for in a fresher initially. But so so far compliance are concerned, if you think, first law is, I think, payment of wages act, because you are concerned with the payment first. Payment of wages act is very important, and then comes payments of wages act mainly deals with how to pay, when to pay, these things. How much can be deducted from the wages, when you can deduct something from wages, these are provided in the payment of wages act. This is number one. Second is minimum wages act, because it deals with how much you have to pay. These two are vital. Then so far compliance are concerned, ESI and EPF is very vital, especially for larger industries. Then gratuity act, payment of gratuity act. Industrial Disputes Act is, we call it mother law, mother act for all the labor laws. But nowadays it is being actually neglected. And for the students, my suggestion is that there is a huge vacuum in the IR sector.
Mhm.
industrial relation. There is a lack of industry higher personnel in the industry. People are actually looking for comfortable job. Now HR is more comfortable in the corporate you are posted, so you can enjoy life. So in the manufacturing sector, you need higher personnel, those who will actually deal with the trade unions, with the workers, and there is a huge vacuum. So those who love challenges, those students, they can opt for higher. And if you opt for higher, concentrate on industrial dispute acts, how to negotiate with the trade union. So it is not drab labor laws. Labor law and
Right.
labor laws are actually dry, mechanical. In fact, in years to come, it may be automated. Everything may be automated. So you may not have to do anything about it. All the returns may be automatically filed to the government, and all other things may be taken care of automatically. So, but when you are actually dealing with the workers and the trade unions, therein lies the challenge, day-to-day challenge in manufacturing sector. And from my professional experience, I have found that there is lack of basic understanding about that industrial relation, the psychology of the workers, because
Mhm.
when you are dealing with the workers, you are dealing with the section of the population who are poor, who are illiterate. So they have a different perspective. They see world differently. So if you think that what my objective and his objective will be the same, it is not like that. They usually go for long term, short term gain. They have other many interesting facts. And when you are dealing with collectively with a group of workers, there is another psychology. When you are
Right.
dealing with trade union leaders, see, trade union leaders, again, trade union leaders are usually educated and they know life. They are powerful. Usually they have political backing. So it's a different sort of skill you need. All this skill you learn in negotiation skill workshop or wherever, they they those skills will not be able to, you will be not be able to implement in the face of trade union leaders or what, because it's a critical situation. Maybe you have to supply something within a stipulated time, and the trade union, usually a good trade union leader, picks up the right time to fight with the employer when you are compelled to give in to his demand. So you have to play with this. So, and there is no hard and fast rule, and you have
Right.
to deal with uncertainties. So for my advice will be, you go for, if you love challenge, if you are
Mhm.
daring, and if you are confident in interacting with the people, all status of people, illiterate worker, poor workers, powerful trade union leaders, everyone. So if you are capable of doing that, then go for IR. There is huge manpower shortage, capable manpower shortage in industrial relations.
Right. Right. So that's true. Actually, this industrial relation, professional specifically with the good knowledge in compliance is really lacking in in our field.
Yeah.
If they know these things, definitely they will be in demand in the job market. Um
And
that's thank you for your yeah.
another point I would like to say,
Yeah.
you see, labor laws are dry laws. In any law, actually, in a sense, dry. So
Hmm.
you have to learn the provisions of the law, but
Right.
always try to understand the why,
Right.
the reason behind the law. That is more important. See, when we are
Right.
riding a scooter or motorcycle, you have to wear helmet. That is compliance. But you must know
Right.
why you have to wear helmet. If you know why you have to wear
True.
helmet, then you will automatically comply with the law without in the fear. You will not comply with the fear of paying fine. You will comply to save yourself. So all the labor
True.
laws are actually not only to protect the workers, but it is to protect the industry also. Because happy worker will be a productive worker.
True.
So that
That's true.
why part is very important.
Yeah. True. So thanks for the explanation actually. So, this is one of the common question the student used to ask, that how do we feel confident at the time of interview? So I am asking this question to every industry professional to get some guidance, for the students. So how to feel confident at the time of interview?
My suggestion would be to be honest. Don't try to outsmart the interviewers. Be honest. If you do not know, say I do not know. So confidence comes from actually when you are honest. Whatever is the situation, explain it to him, and don't try to bring about sympathy from the interviewer. Some people do that also. No, be honest, straightforward, because actually during interview, they are not supposed to test your knowledge. They are more on the attitude. What attitude you are showing, and in today's world, the knowledge has actually, there is Google. So for if you do not know anything, you can search it in the Google and you will get it. So knowledge is that not that much important. How you are interacting with the interview board or interviewer, that is important. And as you said, that you have to deal with confidence, and confidence will come when you are honest. When you are not to project, you are not going to project yourself as someone else. Project as you are. Be you. I think that is the best thing to do in an interview, and that is the main thing. Be you.
True. But probably that working from home, it is becoming probably new normal situation even in the post lockdown, because probably today I have seen one of the news that Twitter have declared that permanent working from home facility for all their willing employees. And even those employees who are willing to come to office, they have to take a decision after September only. And while the TCS have declared that probably 75% of their employees will be working from home within 2025. So there is a shifting from to a new normal situation. So what is your take on that? Is it going to be beneficial, productive for the organization, or vice versa?
Again, it depends on how the organization is going to implement it. Initially, teething problem will be there, because see, you are conducting Zoom sessions for quite some time. I think these online sessions are more strenuous than actually live directly interacting with them.
True.
So
Yes.
you cannot continuously do Zoom session. There must be a break between two sessions. So same with working from home also. It is difficult to sustain the energy, and actually we are human beings. We are social animals. We love to interact with others. That part has to be taken into account. From 9 to 6, sitting in front of a computer. No, that will not be productive in the long run. And many, in earlier days also, pre-lockdown period, many companies use that work from home, and they actually shifted back their system to office.
Okay.
So it depends on how you are going to handle the situation. Again, you can be innovative. You can blame the employees that they are not working from home properly. That is one way. But if you are not judgmental, if you want to implement that system, that can be done if you are empathetic with the employees. If you try to understand their viewpoint, their issues, because again, the background family will be there. So there will be normal disturbances from maybe spouse, children. These things will be there.
Right.
Maybe the time will be more flexible. So there are pros and cons in the situation. If an organization in an open mind tries to implement this work from home, then I think it will be possible. Otherwise, you cannot just by issuing an order, you cannot do that. And a different type of HR situation will arise. I think more HR counseling will be required. Maybe for socializing, they will come to office, or you may open a club also, or you can give them club membership that, okay, after 3 hours of work, go out and mingle with people. So situation will change, and innovative systems will of course come. It is like reading e-books. We are habituated in reading hard copy books, and still those book lovers love that feeling of shifting the
True.
pages. So we are not habituated in e-books. Still, we are doing that. But the coming generation, who are from their very initial stage, they are habituated with e-books. They will be comfortable with the e-book. So
True.
this is in fact, I think what I say, that social distancing, but not emotional distancing. So this is another skill that new situation will force us to learn. So
True.
emotionally will not be distant, but socially, physical distancing will be there. So that balance, that is actually difficult. We need to recondition ourselves.
Right.
This is my take.
Right. So that's true. Actually, the example you have given, the hard copy books and the e-books. Actually, personally, I have never liked Kindle because I always like to, read the books, hard copy books. Otherwise, I cannot understand, how the
Right.
people can read from the Kindle. I don't understand. So that's a fact. So thank you so much for the explanation. And my last question to you, again from the student's perspective only, that there is a lot of speculation. Not only speculation, there is a fact that there are a lot of job cuts. There are a lot of terminations and the layoff that is going on in the different industries. So how the students should prepare themselves for these challenging times ahead? Whenever they will be passing out from the colleges, how they should prepare themselves to be at least to be ready for those opportunities which are available.
Again, my take is that in the new situation, it is totally new situation for the employers as well as the job seekers also, for the students also. So the job seekers, the students can also be innovative in their approach. Instead of looking for fixed employment, they can offer their service. It is similar to maybe consultancy service, but not exact.
Right.
Don't expect that it will be a normal job. It may be piece rated. For a specific job, you may be paid. So whenever you are facing an interview or offering yourself you are seeking job, offer your service. Whenever you are seeking employment, we actually offer ourselves, not only
True.
our service.
Right.
Instead of that, build up your expertise in some field and offer that service. See, offer your competency to the employers to get productivity out of it. I can do counseling. You can utilize my skill to counsel your employees.
Right.
I am expert in labor laws. I know labor law compliance. So you can utilize my service.
Right.
So in this approach, I think we'll be able to bring more opportunities in the future. So gradually, I think that concept of employment will change dramatically. It may not be the same actually. That fixed salary, everything will actually in the long run will not be there.
True.
Think about the Uber drivers now. This business model will actually be replicated in elsewhere also. So you may not be having any fixed employer. So
Right.
that and this will require a little bit of entrepreneurship zeal also. And since it's an educational institute, you can try to inculcate that zeal in the students also. That risk-taking, being able to survive in uncertain situation, that is very important.
Right. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Datta, for giving so much of time and explanation to all the questions in our fireside chat. So it is a new initiative from our MBA department for the benefit of the students, and it's a thank you so much for being with us in this evening. So definitely we would love to have you at our campus whenever the lockdown would be over, so that you can have a live interactive session with our students.
Definitely.
So we'll all be waiting for that. And thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, and all the best to the students. Hope they will be able to lead a meaningful life and they will be employed.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks.